this is a film that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever been married.
I stood outside the room and listened to them all night. Grandpa, how come they did it 3 times? Still not asleep. What did he say? What Grandpa said? That's more than what you've said to me in a whole year.
Because after watching this film, you will understand why marriage ends in silence and why we scroll through our contacts, only to find no one we can truly talk to. Hailed as the Chinese 100 Years of Solitude, it is titled One Sentence Worth 10,000 Pounds. The original novel was written by Liu Jianyun, and the director is his daughter, Liu Yuling. The film's core is about one thing: finding someone you can talk to. It simply depicts the mundane trifles and messy realities of ordinary life, yet it resonates deeply with countless viewers. Now let's dive into this film together to find that one sentence of salvation that outweighs 10,000.
I didn't want to kill anyone. I was driven to it.
The story begins with a couple filling out forms for their marriage certificate, only to be interrupted by a middle-aged couple filing for divorce. The clerk has to ask the couple the reason for their divorce first.
Hi, nothing to talk about in 3 months. The first thing we've said is divorce. With the marriage certificate, tore it up.
That won't do. Clark's insistence on the certificate isn't to be difficult, but to leave a little room for reconciliation in this broken marriage. This is a key philosophical insight Liu Jianyun embedded in his novel. We are often in a rush to end things, forgetting why we started them in the first place. Then the young couple returns.
We truly connect. He's the secret.
To know what's on each other's mind even before a word is spoken.
What a pure and enviable reason for being together. In the heat of love, words are redundant. A single glance can reach the depths of the heart. No wedding, no romantic honeymoon, just a few simple blessings from his sister.
Aguo work hard in the army. Once you become an officer, bring Lena to Lanshaw. Lanshaw is a big city.
That's what I'm thinking too, sis.
To Pang Lena, this man represented all her hopes for the future. 10 years passed in a flash, and harsh reality has ground away all passion and romance like sandpaper. The original promise of moving to Lanzhou has long since vanished into thin air. After leaving the army, Neo Aguo failed to become an officer. Instead, he set up a small shoe repair stall in the county town, becoming a cobbler scraping a living out of the dust. His wife Pang Lena works at a cotton mill. They have a daughter named Bai Hui. Life is like a giant machine crushing their former passion into pieces. The wordless understanding they once shared has turned into a total disconnect, leaving them with nothing to say to each other. As the couple sits at the table, apart from the clatter of dishes and chopsticks, there's only a suffocating silence. This is a state that many who have been through it will resonate with. Once they had endless things to say, because they shared a vision for the future. Now they are speechless because in their current life, they have both lost the desire to share with each other. This kind of silence is more hurtful than any argument, as it signifies an insurmountable wall between their hearts. The only thing that hasn't changed is Neo Aguo's 10-year-long habit of going to the cotton mill gate every day to pick up Pang Lena from work. One day, Pang Lena walked out of the factory and told Neo Aguo with a blank expression,
It's a colleague's birthday. I won't be back for dinner.
When is this going to end? Whose birthday is it this time?
Someone you don't know.
A simple lie began to spiral what changed Neo Aguo's entire life was a casual remark from his sister Neo Xiang. While her niece Bai Hui was busy changing clothes, she lowered her voice, told her brother about the rumors circulating outside.
There's some gossip on the streets. Have you heard? They say Lena is seeing Jiang Ju from the wedding photo studio.
Impossible.
Neo Aguo denied it instantly without a second thought. But in his heart, once the seeds of doubt were sown, they would soon take root and spread uncontrollably. Under the pretext of a friend needing wedding photos, he went to Jiang Ju's studio.
Is Boss Jiangyan a friend wants to set a date for wedding photos?
At this moment, he still clung to a glimmer of hope if Jiang Ju was in the store. Then his wife might be innocent, but things didn't go his way. The clerk told him the boss was away on business. Next, he hurried to the bakery run by Jiang Ju's wife, Zhao Xinting, pretending to casually ask if anyone from the textile factory had ordered a cake.
Xinting, did anyone from the textile factory order a birthday cake today? No, not from the textile factory.
This revelation was like a bucket of ice water, extinguishing the last spark of hope in Neo Aguo's heart. Panicking completely, he began to act like a madman, searching frantically through every restaurant in the county. This scene reflects the typical oppression of an acquaintance society. In a small town, social networks are so dense that privacy is non-existent. Rumors in a small town spread faster and cut much deeper than in a big city. As he walked into an eco-garden hotel in the county seat, a familiar burst of laughter caught his ear. Panglina was sitting across from Jiangju, chatting, laughing, and exchanging flirtatious glances. At this moment, all the rumors became ironclad evidence. Neo Agio felt his world spinning. Suppressing his rage, he didn't rush in. Instead, he turned and walked away. Feeling helpless, Neo Agio sought out his most trusted army buddy to vent.
I'm going to kill them. Aren't you overthinking it? Didn't they just have a meal together? She's never laughed like that when she's with me. As long as you didn't catch them in bed, it's better to believe it's not happening than to believe it is.
For the sake of his daughter Baihui and keeping the family together, Neo Agio decided to play along. He put on an act. He even apprenticed to learn how to cook squirrel-shaped mandarin fish, Panglina's favorite dish, because it was their 10th wedding anniversary. That evening, the house was decorated to feel extra warm and cozy.
10 years ago today is when we got our marriage license.
But Panglina had clearly forgotten the date. After 3 glasses of wine, the socially awkward Neo Agio began once again to feed his wife the same empty promises he'd been making for 10 years.
Once I've saved enough, I'm going to expand the shoe shop. We'll both repair and sell shoes and have a real storefront. And then we'll buy an apartment.
Okay.
We have some extra cash. I'll take you and Baihui to Europe.
Watching her husband drone on, Panglina's eyes were filled with disdain and resentment. Finally, unable to take it anymore, she spoke the most heart-wrenching truth.
When we first got married, you promised to take me to Lanzhou. You've said plenty other things since then. Which have never been true.
This line cut Neo Agio to the quick, and his long simmering rage finally boiled over. He laid all his cards on the table and confronted her about Jiangju.
I've got nothing to do with this. Why would I change my mind?
What do you mean, nothing? I saw you both at the ecological park.
Neo Agio, so you were stalking me. So I wanted to go to the park. As if you'd ever have the means to take me there.
Only now do we truly grasp the underlying reason for Panglina's betrayal. A woman can endure a mundane life, but she cannot bear living forever in the shadow of a husband's empty, broken promises. And hope is dashed time after time. The heart slowly turns to ice. Neo Agio thought that by painting a grander future, he could mask the impotence of his reality. Yet what Panglina needed was perhaps just one promise kept, no matter how small. With the situation reaching a breaking point, Jiangju refused to let it go, insisting that Panglina meet him at a luxury hotel in Xinxiang for a final settlement. Panglina lied, claiming she was going to a class reunion, and set off for the rendezvous.
How many days will you be gone?
5 days, including travel time.
But she never expected that Neo Agio would see the location text sent by Jiangju that very night. Neo Agio suppressed his fury.
The boss went on a business trip yesterday.
Where did Jiangju go?
No idea. After confirming the next day that Jiangju was indeed away, he left his daughter with his sister and boarded a bus for Jingxiang. In this unfamiliar city, he spent the day searching aimlessly like a headless fly, ultimately braving the sub-zero winds. He staked out the hotel entrance all night long. At daybreak, Jiangju and Panglina walked out of the hotel together. Neo Agio took out his phone and captured the scene that drove him to the brink of insanity. At this moment, his murderous intent resurfaced. But before he could act, he found himself as if led by fate at a temple. He knelt before the Buddha, begging for forgiveness.
I didn't want to kill anyone. I've been pushed to this. If I kill, I will go to hell, and my daughter will be left orphaned.
As he left the temple, a more sinister plan began to take shape in his mind. Since he couldn't do it himself, why not borrow a knife to kill? This vicarious revenge is a pivotal plot point in the original novel. It profoundly reveals the psyche of an honest man pushed to the brink, yet lacking the capability and courage to resolve his issues directly. He intended to use Jiangju's wife, Zhao Xinting. Carry out the revenge, he dared not commit himself. It is both a punishment for the others and a catharsis for his own failure. He sought out Zhao Xinting, showed her the photos, and fabricated a vulgar, exaggerated conversation to add fuel to the fire.
What happened? They weren't sleeping. What were they saying? What he said to her was more than he said to me in an entire year.
This dialogue is quintessentially Liu Jinyun crude and direct, yet accurately piercing one's most vulnerable spots. Here, Neo Aguo is no longer merely a victim. In his quest for revenge, he actively becomes a victimizer. He weaponizes language, attempting to incite another war. To settle his own conflict, he underestimated the intensity of a betrayed woman, and overestimated his own control over the situation. Yet after hearing this, Xiao Xinting remained unnervingly calm, only to immediately buy a bottle of pesticide and drink it all. Fortunately, she was resuscitated in time. What Niu Aguo expected even less was what happened next. After being discharged from the hospital, Zhao Xinting confronted him at his home with a fruit knife.
I see it all now. You told me about the affair, just to use me as your weapon, so I bought you a knife of your own.
What is this for?
Go and kill them for me.
Things have reached this point a total chaotic mess. Pang Lina and Niu Aguo had a showdown over divorce. Niu Aguo, consumed by revenge, demanded that Jiang Ju must divorce his wife first.
Aguo.
That's divorce. I don't want anything from this house. Send whoever you want to talk to me. I'm not coming home anyway.
You wouldn't dare show your face here anyway.
I'm taking Bai Hui with me.
From now on, don't even think about seeing Bai Hui again.
The scandal of Pang Lina and Jiang Ju spread like wildfire through the small county. The most innocent victim was their daughter Bai Hui. At school, she was humiliated and taunted by her classmates.
He said my mom is a slut.
His mother is the slut.
Missing her daughter Pang Lina turned to her new brother-in-law, Lao Song, to help deliver a toy car to Bai Hui. Unexpectedly, it was this very toy that ignited Niu Aguo's final spark of fury. Losing all reason, he hurled the most hurtful insult right in front of his daughter.
Your mother is nothing but a slutting.
This is one of the most heartbreaking lines in the film. A father using such hateful language personally carves a bloody wound into his daughter's innocent world. It is the ultimate manifestation of his impotent rage. Unable to strike back at the two who betrayed him, he vented all his resentment on the weakest and most innocent person, his daughter. The child's unspeakable pain and anger are all distilled into this bowl of absurd soup. There is another detail. Whenever Niu Aguo is grieving, he liked to seclude himself in the utility room. Later, whenever little Bai Hui felt sad, he also learned to retreat into that dark, cramped space, suffering in solitude. In this way, the trauma was quietly passed down through the generations. This is the most tender yet cruelest stroke in the entire film. To make matters worse, Pang Lina and Jiang Ju eventually eloped. Zhao Xinting came to his door again, wailing for Niu Aguo to bring her husband back.
She's run off with my husband again.
When did this happen?
Featuring pesticide the day before last.
It's all your fault.
Time and time again, you just can't keep an eye on your wife.
They never consult me about these things. I haven't seen her for a long time either.
To save his family's reputation in their small county, Niu Aguo was forced to set out once again to find them. In Kaifeng, Niu Aguo unexpectedly reunited with his middle school spell.
What are you doing here?
It's a long story.
I've opened a stall on the snack street. Come by tonight.
She was also recently divorced. These two people, both drowning in misery, found they had so much to say to each other. Her words served as a profound wake-up call for Niu Aguo.
Why don't you just get a divorce?
Out of spite, I wanted to punish her, but it backfired and she ran off again.
After drifting through life for over 30 years, I finally realized one thing. Everything else in this world can be adjusted, except for your days, your life together. There's no adjusting that. Nothing in life can withstand deep scrutiny once you look closer. Every detail hides a grievance. True, I've also seen through one more thing.
What's that?
Life. Days are lived for the future, not the past. Don't let your heart stay trapped.
This is the very line from the title, One Sentence Worth 10,000. Just as he reached this epiphany, he received a call that his daughter was critically ill. He rushed back and kept watch outside the ICU for 3 days and 3 nights. Upon waking, his daughter weakly said she wanted to eat wontons. Only then did this father on the verge of collapse feel a spark of life return to him. In the dead of night, his only option was to go to the night market at the train station. But fate's coincidences always strike when least expected, catching one off guard. Just as he was waiting for the wontons, Jiang Ju and a heavily pregnant Pang Lina emerged from the station exit. Niu Aguo's gaze pierced the two of them like a knife. And once again, the urge to kill took hold of him. He walked up to a fruit stall, pretending to buy apples, and slipped the vendor's watermelon knife under his coat. At this moment, Neo Aguo stands at a crossroads in his life. On one side is months of suppressed hatred and resentment, the knife ready in his grip. Revenge is within reach. On the other is his daughter's life and future, just pulled back from the brink of death. The director sets this ultimate choice at the train station, a place synonymous with partings and reunions, which is itself deeply layered with symbolism. Will he choose to say goodbye to the past or be swallowed by it? Just as he was about to act, his phone rang. It was his daughter Bai Hui.
Why haven't you come back yet? I'm starving.
His daughter's call was the future beckoning to him, while the knife in his coat represented the past. He longed to settle. Between the past and the future, he had to make a choice. A child's innocence reflects the absurdity and pathos of the adult world. She only wanted the simplest companionship and joy, yet he almost destroyed it all for the sake of long-festering grievances. The child's innocent words were like a splash of cold water. It instantly extinguished the flames of his rage. Just then, Jiangju spotted him. He tried to pull Pang Lina away to flee, but she stood her ground. Her face had switched with grim resolve. Niu Aiguo looked at the woman before him, whom he had once loved deeply, with the school bell's words echoing in his ears. In the end, he chose to let go.
If you want to kill me,
That would be a blessing. Don't leave. Let's get a divorce. These past few days, I've realized something. I finally get it. Life is lived for what's ahead, not for what's behind. Can you pin this on your head?
Compared to his previous demand that Jiangju must divorce first, this request for divorce carries a completely different meaning. The former was revenge and entanglement. The latter is liberation and closure. He finally understood that the best revenge isn't destroying the other person, but letting yourself go and starting a new life. At the end of the film, as the train pulls away, it carries away Pang Lina and the one she could talk to, and it also carries away Niu Aiguo's inability to let go. This ending offers no vengeful satisfaction, only a heavy sigh. But this is the raw, true face of life. The film ends abruptly, but the reflection it sparks in the audience has just begun. The core of Someone to Talk To is the exploration of the proposition of having someone to talk to versus having nothing to say. Humans are social animals born with a yearning to communicate and be understood. We spend our entire lives searching for that one person we can truly talk to. Finding them is a blessing, not finding them is fate. We spend a year learning to speak, but a lifetime learning when to stay silent. But this film tells us that what's scarier than silence is having nothing left to say. And what sustains a marriage is never those grand promises, but having someone to talk to in every trivial detail of daily life. Have you ever asked your partner if anything funny happened at work today? Do you still have the patience to listen to them vent about that annoying colleague? When you no longer even bother with small talk, the seeds of silence have already been sown. This is more destructive than any third party, because it means you have become intimate strangers in spirit. So when you feel lost, pained, or trapped, try asking yourself, what is that one sentence for me, the one that can clear all the noise and help me get back on my feet? Once you find it, you find the salvation of reconciling with the world and yourself. Just as the movie tells us at the end, don't dwell on the past, for it is already behind you. Don't fight against reality, because life must go on. Let go of your obsessions and let others be. In the end, you are actually setting yourself free to live each day to the fullest. Perhaps this is the true wisdom of life, the one sentence worth 10,000.